boxingvoice.com.
You need that fear.
All I'm trying to do is make a stand for something that I truly believe is right. I truly believe is right. I want to be like you. Come on, man. I'm the face of boxing. I'm the cash cow. I hold the record with people. My drop, I know my drop, I know my situation. I know I'm right.
But it's gonna be very difficult for both of us.
boxingvoice.com.
Yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Another TBV podcast. Immediate reaction this time, and boy, am I excited to bring you this news. I almost couldn't believe it when I seen that this news broke on ESPN. Terence Crawford looks like he's all signed and has agreed to take on John Molina Jr. Now, I know even a guy like Cash was like, oh, but Ness, why are you happy that he's fighting John Molina Jr.? But Terence Crawford is with HBO and Top Rank, and Molina is with Haymon and PBC. And, man, this is just such a great time if we've come to a place where these two entities can work together to bring us the best fights. Now, is this the best? Absolutely not, but this is a step in the right direction. So if this is something that you're interested in, something that you want to partake in, remember the number is 1-425-569-5241. Add me on Skype, Nestor Gibbs, if you want to call internationally free. It's about to go down for real.
boxingvoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just the body punching? When I was hitting him with body punching, I heard him actually, he was crying in there. You're saying that Gibbs was crying when you hit him? Yes. When did that happen? And perhaps the fourth round on.
boxingvoice.com.
So you knew you had him by that time. Absolutely, I knew he was tough and taking those punches.
Production.
Making women's justice.
Let's go, champ. It's the champ. It's the champ. With the fake champ. If it was out, why they couldn't go? boxingvoice.com.
Yes, baby, we are back. We're going to head on over to my home state, New Jersey. Gonna kick it with my boy Casual Fan and see what's going on.
What's up, man? Yeah, I just want to say I said fuck you.
Stay focused, stay working my dad.
I said fuck you.
If he comes to fight, then I'm going to look for him.
I said fuck you.
I think you're accurate.
Yes. My heartfelt feelings because I jumped into, Felix Diaz fighting Terence Crawford next. I was a little bit excited about that. And Ness, you brought it to my attention. PBC, Top Rank, uniting stables, right? One guy says he has no problem giving the premier boxing champion fighters opportunities against his fighters on his cards. The ink hasn't dried, but the fight is about to be announced, right? Is it official 100%?
Well, you are partially right. It is definitely never official 100%. Danny Garcia said it best a couple of weeks ago that contracts are never signed in boxing until basically the day before. But what is said is that Terence Crawford has already agreed. John Molina has already agreed. Bob Arum has already agreed. Al Haymon has already agreed. Carl Moretti of Top Rank, the vice president, put the deal together along with Tom Brown of TBG Promotions that deals with Haymon closely. And the ink isn't dry yet, Enrique, but the contracts have been sent out to both parties, and they have accepted verbally. So obviously they have to get these contracts. But what's important is that we're discussing this. This isn't Mayweather Pacquiao. That's the last time we seen Al Haymon and, Top Rank do business, and that was a fight that generated over $500 million, right? So it made sense. Terence Crawford, John Molina makes no sense other than these two guys burying the hatchet and boxing fans finally being able to, enjoy boxing and not have to worry about politics.
That's right. And we get to see two stables, mesh up.
Definitely. So my immediate reaction obviously was like joyfulness. I felt all warm inside, and I immediately took to the Patreon, and I'm like, let me talk to my guys at Patreon, the guys, who really like to talk boxing, so much so that they get that exclusive information and content from us over there. So I'm like, look, what do you guys think? This just happened 18 minutes ago. Should we do an immediate reaction show on this? Because to me, it's big news. I mean, again, burying the hatchet. Bob Arum has been a thorn in the side of so many potential negotiations that I'm just ecstatic. One of the quotes, and I'm paraphrasing here, obviously, but I'm going to pull it up. He basically said, and this is pretty close to literally, he said that he and Al Haymon had issues when they were in litigations, but those litigations are over. And he has no problem allowing any of his fighters the services of Al Haymon on an Al Haymon card, and vice versa. Al Haymon's fighters on a Bob Arum card. So again, this is going to be the details on this one. Obviously, that you need to know is this is going to be an HBO fight, because this is a Terence Crawford A-side fight. And obviously, remember, the December 10th card was a date that was freed up for Gennady Golovkin because his negotiations with Daniel Jacobs fell apart. So boom, enter Terence Crawford. Like casual, we thought we were going to get Felix Diaz. And that would have been a great fight, right? That would have been one that tested Crawford. But we were all wishing on a star. Felix Diaz was with Lou DiBella, also with PBC, and we were just wishfully thinking. We didn't actually think that Bob Arum would listen to us and really go into the PBC stable looking for a possible opponent. Because let's just be honest here, Enrique, could you mention any notable 140-pounders on the side of Top Rank that would have at least made you as intrigued as you are this Friday night?
Off the top, no, I can't. But I can tell you about my first reaction. That's for sure. My first reaction was negative, just based off of the Broner John Molina fight. Then I remember the Ruslan fight. I was like, all right, well, I don't care. I started off like that, man. This is shenanigan. This is the subterfuge. It's straight skullduggery. Those are Mike Tyson words, by the way. But yeah. Nah, I just wasn't happy with it. But then I thought about, all right, well, John Molina hasn't been knocked out. I still rather have seen Felix Diaz put on the, possibly give us the Maidana Broner style fight against Crawford. So that's where my heart was excited about. But John Molina, no disrespect to him. Boxing fans, at least myself, I'm hypocritical. I choose sides all the time. But on this one, I'm a Crawford guy. So, yeah, I'm happy more now that it's a PBC versus Top Rank fighter more than the actual fight.
Well, let me make you a little bit more happy. Ness could spin anything. Call me the spin doctor. AKA make it sound good, right? Because last time I checked, John Molina Jr. just beat the crap out of Ruslan Pavatnikov, AKA some sort of bully, right? Wasn't he?
Or AKA one-dimensional fighter, but yeah.
Right about that, but that's only for us hardcores. I thought you was a casual. What's going on?
I mean, you hear things from the hardcores, right? That show.
You're right about that. Okay, so listen, at the very least, John Molina has power. More power than Felix Diaz. Felix Diaz ain't doing nothing when it comes to power. He ain't knocking nobody out. At least we know that Molina could possibly hurt Terence Crawford. We never seen Terence Crawford in there with a puncher, right? Gamboa is a baby puncher because he was a natural 126-pounder, and he moved up and made Terence Crawford almost do the shake or the shimmy. I don't know. So yeah. Molina got power. He put down Lucas Matisse. He was in a war with Lucas Matisse. He also fought another big guy in Ruslan Pavatnikov. Listen, he not too long ago, He and Berto was claiming that Danny was ducking him, right? For all we know, Danny could have been fighting Molina right now in Philly, but, allegedly Molina didn't want to take the money. I don't know, or it wasn't enough money to come to Philly. But the case is, Molina's at least a puncher. Is he a boxer? No. Is he technically as skilled as Crawford? Hell no. So can this look anything like, I don't know, not even Gamboa, because Gamboa had better agility than Molina, but it's the pressure. And can Crawford hurt Molina? Molina's been in there with big punches like Ruslan, like Matisse, and others. If we go through his resume,
I'm sorry. I just, because I don't want to lose this thought. That's the only other thing that Molina has never been knocked out, right? Or have I missed that knockout somewhere down the line that came to my mind? Like, all right, cool. So Molina hasn't been knocked out, and Crawford is like high off his TKO wins. That makes it more interesting now, I thought. And now
Molina, I'm gonna double check it.
Wow, good fight.
I'm gonna double check, but I don't think Molina's ever been stopped. Well, it says 2 by KO. Let's see. Oh yeah. Because remember, one of the Matisse fight, right? That was considered a stoppage. The referee jumped in on that one, and the Antonio DeMarco. But I watched the Antonio DeMarco fight. Remember, he was down really low. His ass touched the bottom rope, and the referee jumped in and stopped it. It was a first rounder. So even if you believe that he was hurt in that fight versus Antonio DeMarco, he took very little punishment in that fight. So again, just to recap, he's been in there with Broner, who showed decent power by being able to have Marcos Maidana say that no one's ever hit him as hard as Broner. Also be able to drop Sean Porter in the 12th round and knock out all the guys that he has, plus win 3 or 4 titles, right? Then he's been in there with Humberto Soto. I'm not going to say he's a big puncher, but definitely Ruslan, definitely Matisse. And he's been in there with slick boxers, right? Mickey Bay was beating the hell out of John Molina all rounds. But what happened? Molina came back, knocked him out damn near in the last round. Same thing. Lundy beating the hell out of Molina. What happened? Knocked him out in the last round. So what we do know is he has that eraser power. When your power lasts the second half of the fight, you're dangerous. And I'm not trying to sell this, because at the end of the day, we all know that Molina isn't skillful enough to be in there with Terrance. Terrance could stay on the outside and, do his best rendition of Pernell Whitaker. He could be Mayweather in this if he chooses to, but Terrance has showed us in the past already that he likes to mix it up. He likes to engage, especially if you hit him. And guess what? Molina will hit him. I don't know, Enrique, if you got any other thoughts, we'll find out what's up with the producer, and we'll hit these phone lines up because they're lighting up.
No other thoughts. You mentioned his power. Why do you say that? Why do you say he's so powerful? Does he have a knockout streak?
Molina has a
knockout streak. I'm sorry, but does he have like a knockout history?
Yeah, let me educate you. It's all good, baby. This is why I love having a casual fan, because you represent a lot of people out there that don't know what Molina has done throughout his career. He has a lot of inconsistencies. There's no denying that. He's changed trainers numerous times, promoters numerous times, but once he's landed with Al Haymon, what has he done? He's turned around his career, and he's been fighting nothing but at least the upper level of the divisions that he's been in. Now, he's not going to beat a boxer like Terence Crawford, because Terence Crawford has wheels and he's technically sound. Hence why John Molina didn't look good versus Hank Lundy. You remember Hank Lundy, which is a common opponent with Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford stopped Hank Lundy. Molina stopped Hank Lundy too, but he was just getting beat first. He stopped him like in the last round. Same thing with Mickey Bay. Enrique, Mickey Bay is with TMT Promotions, a Mayweather fighter. He was beating Molina. Then he started, saluting Mayweather outside to the ring, looking to the outside because Mayweather's in the stands. Molina knocked him out. So yes, he does have power, man. And you seen what he did to Ruslan. You seen what he did with Matisse. These are guys that not only can take punches but can dish it out as well. So I feel like this is a good fight, especially if it's the beginning of a union between these two. If PBC has to throw a bone to Top Rank to get them to play ball, Molina's not a bad sacrificial lamb. No disrespect to him, because I give him a shot.
So you're picking
Crawford. What the hell is wrong with you?
No, I'm just saying.
This is not foosball.
Yeah, man. So don't forget, November 18th is our special event. And I don't want to jump the gun as I did with Felix Diaz, but I think that Kid Chocolate is in the house.
Definitely. The chocolate man confirmed with me today. Got off the phone. Everything is a go. So he will be in the building for the TBV Appreciation Night. And also confirmed with Daniel Jacobs' trainer, Andre Rozier, will be in the building. And it's looking like one more. We're going to keep that on the wraps for now. But we will get back to you with more details. Steven, how we looking on those names, buddy? We're going to go out to the Skype line. We're going to get to one of our soon-to-be patrons, and he just bought an on-demand show that we will be delivering to you guys within this week. Alex from Australia, talk to me, brother.
Yo, man, what's going on? Yeah, I like the news, actually, to be honest with you. I'm not a big fan of the fight. I think Crawford's gonna annihilate him, but I don't think he'll knock him out, but I think he'll just clean him out. But I like the doors it opens, man. I was saying before, it was a shame we can't get fights like Pacquiao, Thurman, and stuff like that, but it looks like these doors can now, start being open. So yeah, it's pretty good.
Ooh, that might be what's the plan. That's the chess move right there. All right, give us Molina. We'll give you one of those.
Oh, baby. You want the chess move? You want the plan? This is the plan, man. You got to learn how to think. If they are doing this, right, they're saying, all right, we're going to give you Molina, and then we're going to do a big one, maybe an HBO pay-per-view with Broner versus Crawford. That's the biggest fight to make at 140 pounds for Crawford. Now, it would have been better had Broner took the Ricky Burns route, but he didn't. He's going with Granados. So maybe that doesn't happen, but that's something to think about.
It's a good thing to think about. Go ahead, Alex.
Oh, sorry, I just muted myself. Yeah, that's all I had to really say anyway about that. I reckon it's a great move. Finally, the politics are ending, and we can actually watch some good boxing from now on. No bullshit. So yeah, it's my call.
All right, Alex. Well, thank you for calling in. Let's go to Scorsese. Talk to me.
Yo, Scorsese, what's good?
I don't want to get called no hater, but I want to look at this in what a fighter should be. Terence Crawford just chunked away his chance to be the two-time fighter of the year. I don't care about that business shit. If that's what they want to do, they can make fights without making a sacrificial lamb. This dude just chunked away his second time of being a fighter of the fucking year, and nobody gonna say it. I mean, think about it, dude. I posted this earlier. You take a box of shorts from where he boxed, and you post that shit on you will hang that shit on your wall, right? Don't people do that? Grown men do that, right?
I don't, but maybe you do or your
So if Peter Quillen gave you a pair of his boxing trunks to where he boxed Danny Jacobs in, you wouldn't take them?
Nah, I would. No, I don't. Nah.
100% of hardcore fans would. So my point of this is, these are like our warriors, our gladiators, our heroes. Because you wouldn't even take a female bikini from the beach and hang that on your wall, but you'll hang our heroes, man. We ought to be pushing them to be great, man. This dude could have been the two. Felix Diaz, you beat him. You look impressive. You tell Andre Ward, bro, you didn't beat two level fighters like that. You ain't done that.
So you mad because he didn't fight Felix Diaz?
Yes, I'm pissed off. I'm like, bro, you could have did it twice. I kind of hope he get knocked out because I'm tired of the bullshit. Look, I said the last time everybody that's anybody's in a big fight the next time. This man done picked fucking John Molina, man. I know disrespect, but he could have been on the undercard somewhere.
Straight skullduggery, right? Scorsese.
It ain't right, man. They playing with us here. I hope the callers see what I'm saying. Don't be looking at what happened 2 years from now. They could make 2 years from now without giving us a sacrificial lamb. Forget that, man. Push these people to be great, man. Andre Ward finna be the fighter of the year. Somebody else. Terence Crawford in the background. As simple as that, man. Hey, y'all want to be great. You don't want to be great. Simple as that.
You don't move your knights and your bishops first. You know,
Scorsese, man, thank you for calling in. I cannot believe that this guy never finds a way to be happy. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is an immediate reaction show, okay? It's Friday night. Everybody got girlfriends, families, and wives and kids and things to do. So we're giving each caller 1 minute for your immediate reaction. I'm just saddened to hear that Scorsese is like that. You know, with all the bad fights that we get, like Danny Garcia versus Samuel Vargas, when you get one like this, that you can see that there are greener pastures, I think that we should be a little more, I don't know, accepting of what's to come, at least. I would appreciate it if you hit that thumbs up button. Like I always tell you, it helps with the visibility of the show. We're going to go out to these phone lines, 214, class him down. Oh, hold that message. Go ahead, producer.
Yo, sorry, real quick. So it's the producer's note. So ESPN's Dan Rayfield did report that Antonio Orozco and his promoter Golden Boy did turn down the fight, and Diaz, who seems like the number one that most of us would have preferred that Crawford fight, was actually not even offered the fight because, quote, my matchmaker said Diaz is a stinker and that it would not be a good fight to watch, according to Bob Arum via ESPN's Dan Rayfield. So sorry, Scorsese. We all wish we would have done it, but HBO's got to pay for the fight, you know, got to be worth watching.
Message, one more thing, right? I heard a phrase about we're in the fast times right now where everything's immediate. You know what I mean? Everything's immediate. Your ATM, your messages, everything. Fast food, fast everything. We don't get fights like that, Scorsese. You don't get fights immediately. They take time. They say marinate. And sadly, it's true, man. You can't beat up these guys. You haven't seen Ruslan the same because he got beat up back to back to back. He could have had 2 more years in him. The end.
Casual, man. Pretty soon we're going to have to change your name. It's unfortunate, but look at how you're sounding so intelligent, my friend.
Dude, that was a good point, man. I'm telling you, he's on the way to part-time fan.
It's over, man. This kid is like he's a class act now. Listen, let's get back out to these streets. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, 1 minute. This is your immediate reaction to the news. Terence Crawford versus John Molina. HBO versus PBC. Boxing gods, they've blessed us.
You know, like I know, you should lie low. I used to get it in Ohio.
Yo, Ohio.
Yo, what's up? What's up?
We here. What's
I'm
up?
the people telling me. I just said on my last call that Bob Arum just said he had to start fucking with PBC. Next thing we get, John Molina versus Terence Crawford. Literally, it was just on my last call. Again, I'm looking. I'm happy, man. I'm happy for what's coming. I think we want to get some. I think more consistent, good fights. I'm kind of confident on that. And the fight itself is kind of cool because we get to see Terence Crawford against a for real puncher. And then I guess to Scorsese real quick, man, bro. My man just got done fighting. He just got done fighting Victor Postol, bro. I mean, he's supposed to keep fighting monsters each fight. I mean, come on, man. Like, let's be real. I mean, he's about to clean up 140, and then he's coming to 147. That's a fact. But that's my call, man.
Damn, right on time too, Jay Will. You had about 4 seconds before you got hit with that. Cut it. Hey, you see, at least he feels like you and I, Enrique. So that's what 1, 2, 3, 4 with Steven and 5 with Alex. Scorsese, man, nobody's running with you, man. Nobody's Mr. Negative like you.
Oh, hold on. One more thing, since you know one of our panelists is in here. Let me be him for a minute. MD, here's what he would say, right? Here's what happened. We know PBC is suffering out of the budget to produce a big show, so they need Top Rank. That's what's going on right now.
Dude, we need to get you an Oscar to go with them belts, bro. You need more gold.
That's why Bob Arum said, I am going to give his fighters the opportunity to fight on my card. And I quote.
Yo, speaking of Bob Arum, Steven, find us some legitimate quotes to give out to these listeners outside of my paraphrasing. We're going to go back out to these streets. Remember, 1 minute for this immediate reaction short, or you're going to get that cut in. And if you do, don't take it personal. It is what it is. Let's get out to some alumni. All my truck jobbers out there, honk a horn for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you a young fella, and he comes from the Magnolia.
Whoa, what's good, people? We got good news in the air. We got Byron working with Haymon. We might get Pacquiao Thurman. You don't know what we might get down the line. You dig? I'm excited. You dig? I'm gonna go ahead and home the horn. You dig? Yeah. About that going 2017 gonna be a good year. I can kind of agree with the boxing MD now. We saving all the big fight for Showtime might be. Because Byron, could they pick up that Pacquiao fight, Byron, he won't pivot HBO off anyway. So we might get a Showtime pay-per-view with Pacquiao and one of these top welterweights, but I mean, I kid you not like that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the fight is not a competitive fight. It's a garbage fight. But if you look down the road, I mean, we got a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, baby. That's my call. 100.
No, man. Thank you for calling in. Stay away. Go for it.
Yo, so you wanted a quote? Here you go. No brought up a good point. We might see a pay-per-view down the line because Arum said, and I quote, "I have absolutely no problem making fights with Haymon now. I respect a very smart guy, and I would do business with my fighters on his cards. I have no problem offering his fighters opportunities to fight my fighters on my cards."
Yeah, that's the type of news that I'm trying to hear for sure. So I was saying before the message came in, I wanted to give a shout out to NO and all my fellow truck drivers out there. NO, stay up. We've been giving you a lot of shows this week, so it's definitely a lot of hours of TBV to keep you up on that road. So be safe, my friend. Let's get out back to these streets. Enrique.
Hold up. I'm sorry. I got to hijack. My man MD's not here. I got to do it for him. I got to hijack and play this for one of our main guys.
These calls are brought to you by our sponsor, El Camino Electrical Services, who have over 15 years of commercial electrical experience, servicing the whole Silicon Valley and the entire San Francisco Peninsula. Visit us at our website, elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Thank you so very much.
So when your girl turns her blow dryer on and the power keeps tripping and the microwave is on at the same time, call El Camino. He can come and fix your crib.
Exactly. And he's in the Bay Area, all through the Bay Area. So,
all right. So what's up? What were you saying, Nestor?
I was going to ask you if you had any thoughts to NO's call, but he kind of felt the same way we feel. So we just keep going down the line. I just don't want to give all the callers the go and not let you in.
Nah, go ahead. Let them all in.
All right. Well, class and bound, it's your turn.
All right. Yeah, so let me make this call really quick. So the good and the bad. The good, the promoters are finally, like you said, bearing the hatchet. Like that's great. That sets up possibilities for more fights and for more opportunities to see Showtime and HBO work together. Like that's amazing, and we've all been waiting for that. So good stuff there. The stuff I'm gonna bring up, and I'm it's really sad that, like, you know how we think, like, there's lots of people out there who think Terence Crawford would beat Danny Garcia and favor him and saying Danny Garcia isn't anything. When Danny Garcia even mentioned John Molina, everyone was like throwing shit at the guy. Like, we were trying to crucify him. We were crucifying the man. And now that Terence Crawford wants to fight him, no one wants to talk about it. And before you even mention, oh, they're in the same weight. If they're in the same weight, why does it matter if Garcia weighs more than Crawford, but we all think Crawford beats him? So, I mean, I really don't get it. It's just those double standards. But, hey, I'm glad to working it out.
Cut it.
Fans are hypocritical, like I said in the opening of the show. 1
Yeah,
minute.
but you made a great point, Class and Bounce. Sorry to hit you with that cut it, but it is a 1 minute timeline on immediate reaction show, so you already know.
Just one of them days. Don't take it personal.
But amazing points, because I love when someone else could defend Garcia and it's not me. That was a good point. I didn't even think of it when Garcia was mentioned to be fighting Molina Jr. Everyone sounded the way the Scorsese sounded today. Let's go back out to the streets. We're going to go to the home of the good doctor, Boxing MD, but a little bit to my boy Jay in Orlando.
All right. Hey, first and foremost, Felix Diaz was approved by HBO. Then Rafael did an article on that. Just that Bob Arum did not want to do it because that is more of a high risk.
Well, Bob Arum made it clear. He said that
on top of that,
he said that his matchmaker said it would be a boring fight, hence too good.
Correct. And then also too, with the Victor Poster, a lot of people were calling Terence Crawford boring with his fighting style. So I see why they picked old boy so they can have a KO. But one thing you need to remember is that Broner got no credit, and we have Crawford beating Broner. We also have Crawford beating Danny Garcia, and we gave Danny Garcia crap when he was getting ready to fight Molina. That's all I got to say.
All right, brother. Thank you for calling in. Jay from Orlando, doing it with still 21 seconds on the clock. Talk about immediate reaction and getting right to the point. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is an immediate reaction, something that we don't do normally. Only when there's big news, we immediately react to it. We open up the phone lines and we allow you to voice your opinion because this is the Voice of the People hotline. Remember to hit that thumbs up button. Extremely important. Helps with the visibility of the show. If you listen to this today, tomorrow, on your run, at the treadmill, wherever you're at, drop a 5-star review on iTunes. Tune in. It doesn't matter because, again, it helps with the visibility of the show. If you're going to be in the West Coast for Andre Ward Kovalev, we are there Friday night, November 18th. TBV is reuniting for the West Coast edition TBV appreciation party. If you don't know what that is, head on over to our YouTube channel. Check out June 24th's Thurman Porter party that we did. And if it's something that you're interested in, head on over to ThaBoxingvoice.com. We have appreciation tickets in the very front. $120 for Patreon members and $130 for those that are not. Let's get back out to these phone lines. We got Amin. Talk to me.
Yo, what's good, fellas? Let me get into my minute very quickly. Crawford and Molina is not a competitive fight, but it's an exciting fight. 2 reasons. Number one, you got 2 guys that's going to be in there throwing punches at each other. Crawford's going to bomb on him. We're going to see if Crawford can, put this kid down. And also because you got PBC and Top Rank working together. So it's a very exciting opportunity for hardcore boxing fans. I think we got the opportunity to see Crawford and perhaps Mikey Garcia down the line. Broner, it's a lot of moves that can be made. So, Scorsese, bro, come on. Love it a little bit. I'm out.
Amin, thank you for calling in. And thank you for being an optimistic boxing fan. We're going to go down the line. Joshua from New Orleans, talk to us.
Yeah, I'm going to make it quick because I'm driving too. All right, the topic about with the guy that brought up Danny Garcia and then John Molina. When the reason why we was giving him so much, I was giving him so much things is because Danny Garcia was overdue. Terence Crawford not overdue. He already enforced some big fights. He just came out of that Victor Post-style fight, and he's playing out his weight division. And so that's why Danny Garcia got all that stink for fighting John Molina. As far as PBC and Top Rank working together, that's the best thing for boxing. I don't know why these dudes think they could make it on their own, like they could just carry the weight of fighting the same stable fighters and not give us competitive fights. So that's just a plus. So that guy that's calling in thinking Terence Crawford's supposed to be fighting everybody like that Oprah Winfrey, you get a fight, you get a fight, you get a fight, you get a fight. That's not going to happen. The dude already on the verge of being one of the pound-for-pound best in the sport. So he's giving us everything we need right now.
Joshua, you did it, baby. Right before the cut it, man. And I love it. I love that Oprah Winfrey reference. Definitely a great call. Thank you for calling in, brother, and participating in our immediate reaction. So remember, you can too by calling in 1-425-569-5241. If you want to call in absolutely free internationally or from anywhere for that matter, use your Skype machine by adding Nestor Gibbs on Skype. We're going to keep it going. Yes, sir, producer.
Yo, producer back. Whoa, did you hear that? That was really loud. All right, so I have another quote from Mr. Bob Arum in regards to people comparing this to the Danny Garcia thing. And the last caller made a really good point about how Danny is quote unquote overdue. So we have, I feel like for the most part, most people on this podcast have come to the agreement that, you know what, it's okay because Danny's going to fight Thurman in spring. Well, get this. We, according to Boxing Scene, this is what was said by Mr. Bob Arum. I've talked to Manny, and he's willing to give Terrance the opportunity. But first, Terrance has an important commitment to fulfill before he can receive that opportunity. Manny has already said yes. And this is from another article. Right now, the biggest fight for Pacquiao is Vargas. He's 10 years younger. He's punching like a mule. He's very determined. He's going to bring the fight to Manny. Manny hasn't trained like a normal person, said Arum. If he gets by Vargas, I think that the opponent that everybody would be Terence Crawford. But Crawford is going to have a tough fight December 10th. So there we go. We cut Danny some slack. He's going to have a big fight next spring. Maybe we cut Terrence a little bit of slack, especially considering that he is coming off a postal win.
Dude, no one's cutting no one's slack. These are boxing fans. You know how it is. Listen, when we said Danny was going to fight Thurman, they said, yeah, right. Now Danny's fighting Thurman. They're still talking about, Danny negatively. Enrique just went and did a few push-ups. Huh, Enrique? Scott.
No, it was just a little warm in here. We turned the heat on. It's cold outside, but it's hot in the house, so have to.
Yo, you ever heard of a rich guy without central air? He works out a lot, guys. Leave him alone. 773, you're live on TBV. Who's this?
773, you're live on TBV.
773.
Sorry about that. I had you guys on.
No Bluetooth, no speaker.
You guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, it's Tone from Chicago.
Tone, what's going on, brother?
Sorry about that, man. I got to turn down this radio. Anyways, and immediately my immediate reaction was I thought this fight was bullshit, but you know what? I got to thinking, and I can definitely give Crawford a pass. He just came off of what was supposed to be the toughest fight of his career against Victor Posto, and he dominated the dude, So he definitely deserves somewhat of an easier fight now. Deserves an easier fight now versus Molina. So it's still interesting, though, because you never know what can happen, especially being that Molina's a puncher. And I definitely see the positive in it that down the line it could create mega fights for Pacquiao, for Crawford, for Broner, the winner of Garcia versus Thurman. I mean, they might be looking at a Manny Pacquiao fight down the road. So I'm excited about that and what the future brings. Other than that, that's all I got, guys. Great show and everyone's support. Thanks.
Awesome.
Tone, thank you for calling in, brother. Appreciate it. On the check-in, Tone from Chicago. Any thoughts on that, guys? No? We're going to keep it moving then?
No?
All right, so we're going to keep it going down the line. We got Antonio from Albany. Immediate reaction. Molina, Terence Crawford.
Yo, what's good, man? Hopefully you guys are having a good night. But I want to say this real quick. Casting down took the words out of my mouth. I was gonna say the same exact thing about Danny Garcia. These boxing fans out here are fickle. I feel like Terence Crawford is gonna put on a great performance against Molina. And just show everybody how the fuck he did with Molina, knock him out inside 5 rounds. And before I go, I just want to tell you guys that you guys should go check out Amir Iman's Twitter account, man. This dude taking shots at fucking Crawford. I guess he wanted to fight December 10th with Crawford, but I guess Crawford decided to pick Molina. But that's my call, man. Great show, guys.
All right, Antonio, thank you for calling in. As far as Amir Iman, I mean, he's got a lot of get back to do, and you don't just get back by fighting Terence Crawford. Like, what champ is gonna give a dude that got knocked out by a C-level fighter, right? Like, I'm not saying Granado's a C-level, Enrique, but the thing is, before he fought Amir Iman, he was considered C-level. He upset Amir Iman, right? So why in the hell would Terence Crawford even be looking that far back if it ain't for a tune-up?
Right. Now I remember who Amir Iman is. Yeah, I was on the Amir Iman train, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't hang up his trunks, but yeah, I was definitely on the Amir Iman train, and I was expecting good things from him. Now, yeah, he got knocked out. So calling out Crawford, you know, he's down with Don King. That's how they play their cards.
Yeah, well, you know, I like guys that call people out. You know what I'm saying?
You better not duck me, son. You better not duck me, son.
But you can't just be going around calling out champions without doing, like, Julian Williams could call out a champ. You know? What other division? Man, this ain't that many, right? Oh yeah, Earl Spence could call out a champ. You know what I'm saying? Who else? Fuck.
Andrade, am I wrong?
I'll even say Joseph Parker could call out a champ, right?
Bro, Big Baby Miller been calling out champs.
Yeah, no, he can't call out champs though on the real though. What the fuck has he done besides be good for radio?
What are you talking about, man?
Yo,
No. What about when he fought Dennis on Showtime and he showed all that excellent inside fighting? What other 270-pound fighter is going to be able to throw uppercuts on the inside, create space from himself to land those whipping hooks around the guard and hunt his guy down up on the ropes? Come on, dude. The only guy with this type of size advantage has got at that level would be a Luis Ortiz.
You done?
Yeah, that's it.
You sure?
Yeah, go ahead.
This young whippersnapper right here. I like it though, because this is school for all you young people.
Dude, somebody's got to play devil's advocate right now. I'm stepping up.
No, it's called devil's advocate. It's called fighting MD.
Yo, Gerald Miller, and I'm gonna be nice because he's invited to the party, and James, his manager, hasn't hit me back with a confirmation on a no. So I'm gonna be nice and say this. This is all I'm gonna say. Beating Fred Cassie and Dennis Donovan without using BoxRec, I promise you, on my children, I have not Googled his name. Beating those two names does not merit a shot at Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, Vladimir Klitschko.
What about the winner of Parker, Andy Ruiz? Are they really that much above when the best name they would have on the winner's record would be the other? What about that?
What you are doing now is your best rendition of the rope-a-dope. Keep yourself on the ropes. So you're trying to throw these little baby fights out there. We said champions. We said guys that...
Excuse me, the WBO confirmed that it would be for their title, so that's a champion.
No. But now you
call out one of them.
Winner of. Now you're talking about the winner of. No. Champions right now are Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, right?
Yeah, you already won that argument. I'm on to the next one. I'm on to the next one. You already won that one. I'm on to the next one. I'm moving on.
Rope-a-dope. We're going to go to the callers. We're going to go to Carmelo from the Shy.
What's going on, fellas? Hey, man, Boxing Mike just got saved. Boxing just got saved. And all this is true, and it's signed, and they go through. Even though the matchup isn't a favorable matchup, I think he beats Molina with the athletic ability, just like Broner beat him with athletic ability. But he can't punch. I give him a puncher's chance. But, man, let's look at the bigger picture. Down the road, we got bigger fights. And Bob Arrow can do his own pay-per-views or his own shows. Hopefully in the future they can throw their own shows without having to use the network all the time. I know that you can still use the network, and that's a big way to bring the money. They pay for the fight. But if they get to the level where they can work together, maybe they can do their own shows. But this is great for boxing, and I'm looking forward to the fight, 2017. Go Cubs. Let's go.
All right, Mello. Thanks for calling in, brother. Nothing but good experiences with the Mellows I've met in my life, man. Shout out to all the Mellows out there. JD from Texas. Immediate reaction. Crawford HBO, Molina PBC. It's going down.
What's What's going on? I feel Scorsese's frustration just a little bit. I feel the frustration because it seems like we keep putting all these world champions. They not. I feel what he's saying, but at the same time, if this gives us, if we can get Tim Bradley mixing in with these guys, with the PBC guys too, and we can start passing it, passing the torch down to the Thurmans and all the rest of these guys, Garcia. If we can get some of those fights, then I'll take it. But I would rather see Crawford fight somebody like Bartholomew. You know what I mean? A fight that has meaning to it. But that's all I got, man.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling in. Enrique, the thing that people are not understanding is that this is how you get to a Rances Bartholomew fight. Like, you don't just get Rances Bartholomew versus Terence Crawford in 6 to 7 weeks, December 10th on HBO last minute. Rances is not an A-side next to Crawford, but he is an A-side in his own right. He's a multiple division champion. He is a proven champion at the very least. He hasn't won vacant titles or anything like that. So, I like the caller's suggestion of Rancy, but that is something that could happen in the future at 140. That's a great fight. And like I said, giving him being Bob Arum, Top Rank, and even Terence Crawford, the small morsel of the appetizer, the hors d'oeuvre of John Molina.
The starter.
Exactly.
The hot bread with butter.
Exactly.
So let me ask you a question, though. Ramsey, right? Or is it Rancy?
Rancy.
So if he were to take Rancy.
Francis, I don't know.
Francis, whatever. If he were to take Bartholomew, if he would have took Rancy, right? If Terence Crawford would have chose Rancy, do you think the cherries would have been thrown at him?
Hell no.
No.
I mean, listen, guys like Scorsese, even though Scorsese likes Rancy's a lot, and he probably would have been happy about it, guys like him with that sort of mindset would have said, "Oh, he's only fought at 140 one time." That's what they would have said.
Like Mickey Mouse on a cruise ship going away one time.
Pluto, where are you at, Pluto?
Over here with Minnie.
Make sure you get your appreciation tickets. 202, Marcus from DC. Shoot me.
And hit the thumbs up. House. November 18th appreciation party. Kid chocolate.
Yo, Peter Quillen in the building. 202, Marcus, talk to us.
Yo, what's good, y'all?
What's good?
Having a fun Friday night.
Man, look, I'm happy, Slim. I think four out of the top elite fighters that Bob Arum have his hands on, we was only going to get one with Lomachenko. I mean, really five, Lomachenko and Waters. So with Gennady not being able to fill in, and then to get Terence Crawford back on here in the fight, man, to see three elite fighters before the end of the year, man, I'm happy, even if it's John Molina. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, if the floodgate opens and Tim Bradley and them get the being able to wreck, seeing as between PBC and Top Rank got the best 140s to like 147 to 154s, I mean, I think it's great, man. I think the reason why people be mad from Danny Garcia is because even though John Molina is a good fighter, it's still a cherry pick because it's a fight Danny's supposed to win. And he's taking too many of those opponents of the guy he's supposed to be. He takes too many of those between the guys he's supposed to actually fight. So seeing Terence Crawford on before the end of the year, man, I'm good with it. Y'all be easy, man.
Was Danny supposed to beat Guerrero, Ness? I mean, yeah, he was supposed to keep his titles, but in the from the fans' perspective,
yeah, definitely. But it not to say that it wasn't supposed to be competitive. Like, we didn't expect Guerrero to be that done. And even listen, it's boxing. You never know. One day a guy look at Bernard. Like, he continues to be this phenom.
I told y'all a long time ago, the Kirkland will go down 3 rounds. Strap me up. Who's next? I got milk.
Milkman.
Yeah. So immediate reaction. Hey man, I dig the fight. And for anybody who would talk ill of it, y'all gotta get your mind out of the mindset of checkers, man. This is chess, baby. You know, you gotta look ahead, man, and not just see what's right in front of you. You know, this is great. PBC doing business with Top Rank. Hopefully it can lead to some more awesome fights down the road. So for me, man, I'm satisfied. And on top of that, Ness, you said you like when people call people out. Well, shout out to Bob Arum for calling Don King dumbass out for that Trump bullshit he pulled. So big ups to Bob Arum for that. That's my call.
All right, Milkman, thank you for calling in. We're gonna go to Josue from the Lower Oregon.
Josue.
Yo, what up, Ness? What up, Casual?
What up?
Hey, so this is the immediate reaction. I just want to say I fucking love this fight. I think Terence Crawford and John Molina is going to be a hell of a fight. I'm sure Terence Crawford is a heavy favorite for this fight, but I fucking love this fight, man. And what a way to end the year, man. It's going to be a barn burner, and I fucking can't wait, man. I'm excited for this fucking fight, man, because Molina brings it. You know, Molina's got the Mexican balls on him, and he's going to show it that night and try to upset the world, man. And but that's all I got, Ness, and, you know, thank you for having me on.
All right. Josue, thank you for calling in.
That's what this fight has. He can possibly bring a big upset, you know, and end the Terence Crawford streak. You know, just like Amir Khan was ended by Granadas.
Steven, a few minutes ago, it worked. Just like Josue. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. I seen it. Just like Josue said, man, I am excited about this too. Just the possibilities that come with this are amazing. I want to say, Bob, when you hear this, you know, you're welcome. We gave you the information that you needed to realize that the fight isn't that bad and the public is going to accept it. Please try and promote it as well as possible. TBV is looking for sponsorship for the November 18th event, Bob, so you can throw us a bone, you know. Throw us a bone. We're always doing your jobs for you. I am your host, SGTO. This has been your immediate reaction show of Terence Crawford versus John Molina Jr., HBO versus PBC. Finally, the boxing gods have bestowed upon us a union between these two entities. Find me on Twitter and Instagram at NesGTO, and my host and co-producer.
Yo, I am Steven Calderon. You could find me at Calderon92 on Twitter, and you can find me on Instagram at sugar_steve.c.
Sugar.
Hey, man, don't be calling me Sugar Steve like that, man. I'm pretty badass.
Yo, straight skullduggery. You can find me at TBV_casual fan. That's my Twitter handle. You know, I've been doing those mad bars now and shit. But no boxing in October had me off the twits, if that's how you say it. But I'm also at Fight Talk on Instagram. Hey, shout out to this Ben behind the lens who always hits me up about the show and was like, yo, I'm gonna definitely tune into the reaction show tonight. I hope you was there. I hope you enjoyed it, brother.
Definitely, man. Shout out to everyone that continues to tune in. Remember
to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
And you can always find us.
Join us every Thursday and Sunday live at 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
And don't forget November 18th, the appreciation dinner party. What are we calling that?
Shindig. Fiesta forever. Fiesta.
I can't wait. Weeks away. Don't miss out. Get your ticket now, especially if you're in Los Angeles. Just get in your car and drive on over.